What's up, everybody? It's Avcami with another episode of Cruising and Talking. For now, we're going to cruise around in this beautiful maroon STI. They should have put just one solid road out in that mountain range over there. It can start over there on the right, come all the way around. Like, that'd be so nice. Just one road. Like, how many of you remember back in the day when, like, you couldn't just simply do this right here? Every single wall around every single road was an object that you could not get through, no matter what. And even if you could glitch through it, there would be no texture of dirt on the other side. Every now and then there would be like a dirt road, you know, like on Horizon 1. And then Horizon 2, they really started to open it up a little bit. Horizon 3, they started doing a lot better of a job. And Horizon 4 is when they really nailed it. And here on Horizon 5, obviously, they're doing pretty good at elevation. But yesterday, Assetto Corsa Evo dropped. That raises the question, what's next for Forza? Because whenever Assetto Corsa comes out, for consoles, they're apparently going to have a free roam, right? So that's just going to annihilate Forza? Like, I mean, I'll keep playing it. But I feel like the majority of people who won't, because they have that game now. I understand that, like, you know, the other games are more of a simulation, and this game is more of a real-life arcade, so I guess that can make sense, but... Because sure, there's always that aspect too, you know, just go drive around in real life. But it's like, that's a waste of tires, that's a waste of gas. There's obviously people that are too young to drive, or they have disabilities not allowing them to drive. So they come on here. We want free roam games. You know, we want the cars that we like. And that's what I feel like Assetto Corsa Evo is really gonna nail when it comes to whatever that open world map is. I'm not sure. But it's just like, what do we want, you know? For sure, we like these open roads, windy open roads. We like the mountain twisties. We like the long straight highways. Nice little highway loop that just feels like a racetrack. And I guess for the crew, the older ones, like you had the entire US to drive across. And it took a while to get to the other side of the map, you know? This game is only, what, like 13, 16 miles from corner to corner? I was thinking of something the other day, though. It was night, and I was just going for a cruise, and the moon was kind of out, but there was fog. I was just driving, so my destination was back to where I live eventually. But what I realized is that, like, driving is so free. It allows us, I mean, if you're alone, like, it really allows you to just, you know, you could start singing, or you could just vibe. You could just have a time with yourself without feeling like you have to be anybody but yourself. That raises two conversations. One of them is you should always be yourself no matter what, but two, you can't just burst out singing in a professional area, you know? Like, sure, you could, but like, you just be a public disturbance at that point. But when you're alone driving in your car, you don't have to worry about any of that. Like, I guess sure, people could see you, or if you have your window down, then I guess people could hear you sing as well, but it's deeper than that. I don't know, to me, like, my car feels like once I get inside of it, then I'm in a different world now. I'm on the inside looking out at the world. And that's not the same as going into a house or anything, you know? Because now I can move. I can move with the world and observe the world while being inside of the car. And it's just very free. Very blissful. I mean, maybe with a VR headset, but like Forza can't really give that same vibe, because we're sitting down behind a computer screen. I mean, maybe with a VR headset. but I mean, even then, like, you still have the physical awareness that you're sitting in your chair behind a computer screen. Even if you have the best sim rig that vibrates and moves around, like, you're still sitting there. You can't feel the air if you roll the window down. You can't feel the life. And that's why I really like Horizon compared to other racing games, because they really capture that life. Although that's the problem with all racing games, is because they don't. Like, honestly, like Grand Theft Auto, like, they capture it pretty well, you know, because they have pedestrians walking and all this stuff that implies, like, for example, like bus stops or trains going around, whatever, and traffic. Like, there's a lot of life out there. Trees moving, stuff falling from trees. And, like, I don't know, in real life, you know, you're not just gonna go like this because you don't want to ruin the farmer's crops, or you don't want to hit an animal that you can't see, or you don't want to hit a rock. Like, I can't see anything right now. I'm just going towards those flags, and look, I feel like capturing that life is a huge step forward. Games have all sort of, like, their new update, you know, wasn't a new car, wasn't this, blah, blah, blah. It was the better graphics. But now we're at a point where graphics are kind of stagnant. Like, sure, if we had a crazy system, we might be able to get amazing shades and whatnot, but for it to run stably across all consoles and platforms, we just can't do much better. Because, I mean, it looks really good already. Like, but yeah, look at this. These people are just dancing. It's like, how could we fix this? How could we make this seem like it's more full of life? Because sure, you can make him dance and jump around, but that guy's not even looking at my car. This guy in the orange right here, like, what's he waving at? Who's he? Like, whose attention is he trying to get? That girl in the pink and the girl in the brown are both dancing to music that isn't even on for me, so I guess that's one thing. But this guy in the yellow, I don't even want to talk about the guy in the yellow. But they're so, it looks alive, you know? Like, from here, that guy in that taco stand looks like he's actually talking to somebody. In an aspect, you know, look, he's going back, oh, what do you want? You want this, blah, blah, blah. But then if we get closer, like, you can see he's just doing nothing. I don't know. I feel like think on Grand Theft Auto, right? Like, if I went like this right now, half of them would jump out of the way. So if we had more NPC self-awareness, then not only would that help make situations like that look more realistic, but even this too, when I'm going onto the highway right now, they wouldn't be sitting in the middle of the road. Like, look at them sitting in the middle of the lane, all in one line. No one's gonna listen to where I'm at. No one's gonna be able to look 50 feet behind them and think, oh, there's a car there, I better get, and he's going this much faster than I am, I better get in the other lane. Because obviously they're not coded to do that. They might have some sort of sensor that'll tell them. Like, I've seen situations where the car won't pull over yet. Like, it's like sitting in this lane with its right blinker on, and I'm coming up slowly, and it's not going to pull over yet. And then when I pass it and look back, it does. So that's a step in the right direction. But I mean, if we had more pedestrian awareness, not only would it make playing the game alone feel more comfortable, but I feel like it would make people actually want to play the game. I just kind of felt like drifting, so. The thing I do like about the way they have pedestrians set up is that most roads, obviously like this, there's no NPC cars on it. It's just players. And so obviously we can drift in both lanes and drive in both lanes, drive quote-unquote recklessly. But you do that over and over again, and you just get burnt out. Like the people I used to play Forza with barely play now, just because they feel there's no really like a purpose in a way. And by purpose, we don't mean a good campaign. Sure, that could help. You know, like good races, blah, blah, blah. But like if Forza, because I mean, Forza Horizon 5 is a lot better than 4. But at the end of the day, they're all copy and pastes from Horizon 1 with some good updates. And I feel like if Horizon 6... Let's see if we can hold this. Uh-oh. Oh, almost got it. If Horizon 6 is that same business model, I guess you could say, then not only is Assetto Corsa going to kill it, but when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, that's also going to kill it. Especially, which, I mean, I haven't heard anybody talk of this, but if GTA has wheel controls, like where I can hop in a car and then drive, just like this, then like GTA would probably be the majority, like where everybody would be. That's because it feels so real. Like I want to go to the store, you know, like, you know, if I want to go to a car wash and wash my car with my hands, you know, like sure we could drive through a car wash, all of a sudden it's shiny, but like give me a spray car wash, why not? Let me vacuum out my car. Why do I need to vacuum out my car? Because I just got out of my car and walked across the entire map. That's the type of, like, sure, it's a car game. You know, they're not expecting us to want that, but like, the majority of us now, no matter our age, we prefer to play one game and stick to it, because that's all the time that we really have for it. And the more like life and the more little aspects like that there is, the more we'll want to stay in the game. And obviously do their microtransactions, blah, blah, blah. Give them money. A car pack for 4 cars that I know is going to be on Horizon 6 day 1, or is able to drive right now in Forza Motorsport, for $15. It's like, dude, I'd much rather spend $15 on a gas card so I don't have to fill up my car with gas for 40 hours or 3,000 miles, whatever. Ideally, we don't want to spend any money aside from buying the game, but that's just my point. Like, if they want us to keep buying their games and keep playing the games we do love, that's the only way they're gonna do it, by making our real life feel like it's a part of it. And that's a good thing with the wheel. Obviously, it makes it a lot more immersive to sit here and just drift or drive up and down this mountain. And if I really zone in and just get rid of reality for a little bit, like sure, I could be in my own little space. I mean, I guess in an aspect, I am in my own little space right now by just saying everything that's coming to my mind about this, but that was a clean corner. Like, imagine if my gas was getting low right now. There's no gas station up here. Obviously, I'm on the top of a mountain. So now either I have to coast all the way down the mountain neutral, you know, call somebody to pick me up in a tow truck, or like leave my car here, call another one to my location, drive that to the gas station, fill a jerry can up with gas just so I can move this closer to the gas station. Or even just having a tow truck just going around, and people would pay you to tow their vehicles back when they run out of gas or they blow a tire or whatever. Like, I could sit here and think of So much. Just random things like that. That might not make sense. Why would that be in a car game? Because that's just it. Obviously for motorsport games, like Forza Motorsport, like sure, we want the Nordschleife, and we want the Nordschleife in 100% of its reality. But Forza, like in real life, there's not flags on a twisty road saying you can drift here. And sure, while that is cool, the sandbox effect is why people can get so burnt out easily. Because we have this whole open world. I can go like this right now. Like, look at this. Like, look at me right now. And no consequences. There's nothing other than my own simple enjoyment and enthusiasm of driving safely that is stopping me from doing this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Whoa. I just found a secret camera angle. Look at that. Wow. BeamNG drive, right? That would have absolutely totaled this car. It'd be wrapped around this tree. But this thing's mint, and even if I had damage on, it would just be what? Like maybe a little dent? A little discoloration of my door? I wish there was a stat to tell me how many like miles I've driven across all my Forzas. But obviously I love it, you know. I'm gonna continue to enjoy it because it's just me being myself. The reason I guess I don't really get burnt out is just because I just really love driving. As I was saying in the beginning of this, when I'm in my car, I am on the inside of the world looking out at it. And although this, like I was also saying, it doesn't give that same feeling, it just does. Because I can sit here and just think, or not. You feel? And I have a question for you now. If you could sort of live in a game and, you know, make your money through there, drive to work, fucking do whatever, do everything in the game, and then just, you know, at the end of the day you put your character to sleep or whatever, and then you just go back to reality. Like, would you? What would you prefer? Would you rather do that in real life or in a game? And that's another thing too about the sandbox effect, is like my garage right now, I've deleted as many as I can, but one, you can't delete barn finds, but it's filled with all these cars. It's like $50 million plus worth of cars, and it's just like I drive 3, maybe 5. Obviously a little more than that, and obviously all the time I'll build random vehicles and whatnot. But imagine if, you know, you just drove back to your house and there was a garage, the garage opened, and your only 2 cars are in there. Can't have any more. It's, you know, because it's a lot harder to make money when you actually have to work for it now, rather than just selling cars on the auction house after buying it from a car pack for $20. You know what I mean? That would put us in this game so much, especially with cars. I mean, you know, games like GTA are one thing, because everybody who plays that game is not a car enthusiast. Some people are there for absolute chaos and war, but a lot of other people are there for just the cars. But obviously everyone here on Forza is here for cars. And now, it's taken me, let's see how long? I've been recording for 35 minutes. And this guy right here is literally the first person I've seen, I think. How are we supposed to feel life from a game if there's nobody? Let's just visualize for a second. Just pull up to a parking lot. Bunch of cars in it. Not like RX-7s or 300ZXs, no. Just little NPC cars. You go up to the storefront. You go in the store. You buy some oil. You lift your car up, do an oil change. You know what I mean? Like, where's that immersion in a racing game, in a car game? And then you just drive. Where am I going to drive to? Oh, I'm getting my car prepped for track day. Oh, actually, I'm using this truck to tow my race car because there's actually road laws. I feel like I'm just dreaming out loud now. Those would be such perfect things to be in a game. I could go on forever. Put me in the Forza ideas team, and you'll have a changed game. But it's not that easy. Probably have to go to school for 12 years. In the comments, that's what I want to see. A conversation about the craziest racing game ever. You know? And it's not a racing game. It's the craziest car game ever. And personally, there's no better title I would want that to be under than Forza. But I hope you all have a great day. I will see you very soon. That was a good talk.